age discrimination. If you're in your 20s or your 30s, you probably haven't come across it yet. Although you might if you're applying for senior jobs and finding it difficult to get your foot in the door. But certainly when you hit past your 40s, it flips the other way. Now I want to talk about what I experienced as a recruiter in the middle of this, and also address some ideas around how we as a recruitment community might be able to tackle it. So in 2020, age discrimination is still very much out there. In 2010, the Equality Act came in play, and around that time, HR got really hot on looking at job descriptions and job adverts, making sure that years of experience, when it wasn't absolutely necessary, was removed and changed. Now in 2020, despite an update to the Equalities Act in 2019, the problem is rife, and what's happened is those old job ads that were out in the early 2000s that had 1, 3, 5, 7, 10 years experience required on them are back again. They're everywhere, and every major employer seems to have them. In fact, you're actually in the rare clouds if you do not put years of experience into your advert, and I applaud you if you don't. Because at the end of the day, years of experience does not denote somebody's capability to deliver and do a job. This happens at both ends of the career spectrum, giving people that are on the way up the opportunity to shine with bigger roles, and also at the upper end where people struggle often to move to certain types of employers or businesses just because they've got this view of we want the upward mobile individuals, not the people that are already there with many, many years of experience behind them. The thing is, we should celebrate experience, because experience comes with the ability, a robust background to be able to pull from that experience to resolve problems, deal with conflicts, be a calming influence within a business a lot of the time, and that experience is a centre of knowledge to share with others within that particular office space. Now, what do I look for? There's certain things when I look at job adverts and with briefs that I'm handed by clients that kind of red flag to me. Certainly when they talk about education. If a business has a heavy emphasis in regards to top tier education or Russell universities, or they use phrases like high achiever or A player or superstar, rockstar, that kind of stuff in there, it's usually a bit of a red flag that they want someone that is on the younger end of things, that is, as they put it, upwardly mobile within the business. Also, when I get CV feedback and application feedback on people, and I get phrases like doesn't show much upward mobility in recent years, or career seems to have plateaued, or overqualified, or they actually openly say we're looking for somebody on the upward move of their career path, not someone who's been there for a while already, and then using the word tenured. Yeah, puts my back up immediately. The difficulty I've got as the recruiter in the middle of this is that effectively what the client's done is given me their order, and I have to fill that order. If I don't bring them people that meet their needs, they're not going to buy the product, if you like, and ultimately means they'll go to somebody else who will give them what they want. So we're kind of in a rock and a hard place, but I do state to clients when I'm submitting, I do not select somebody based upon any discriminatory factors, race, sex, colour, age, anything like that. It's a case of, can you do the job? Do you have the right to live and work here? If you can do those and it matches up on the salary requirement of the client and you like the job, I'll put you forward to that client. So I am not going to get in the way and discriminate against somebody's ability to do that job, and it gives me the opportunity in some instances to challenge the preconceived view of that end client. But not every client's for changing, and unfortunately there still are many others out there that have this view around who they are and who therefore fits their business. I think one of the best and worst examples of this is a certain digital economy bank. Their job descriptions have recently been toned down because they got called out so heavily over social media for being so non-PC and giving a really bad impression of what it was like to work at the business. They want 20-somethings, they want the top tier education, they want that, they think that's their fit. The really funny thing is you go to Glassdoor and you check out their reviews, and they're awful. And it's those top tier, top flight people in their young 20s and the likes coming up within the ranks who are giving them those reviews about what it's like to work at that business. So although they think that's what they want, when they get that, they're really bad at retaining it, and actually those people don't like being there. They quickly exit the business and bounce out. So sometimes what a business thinks it wants and what it's actually got, two completely different things. It's because they have this preconceived view about who they are and therefore who should be coming into their organisation. So what can you do about it as a job seeker? Now, there are certain jobs where the employers are absolutely right to put in years of experience. It's what's referred to as GOP, or genuine occupational requirement. And there's certain roles that fall into this. Lawyers or surgeons or doctors. At the end of the day, you don't want your doctor or consultant in healthcare services and the likes. You probably feel a little bit uneasy if they haven't had some practice experience there, which is why they're okay to put years of experience in their things. But you, as the job seeker, can play into some of the facts of what employers have actually been doing recently. So what you tend to find is that the years of experience go up in odd numbers: 1, 3, 5, 7 and 10. 10 reserved for the top jobs. Even up CEO levels, they tend to cap out at 10. It's very rare to see a job description to say anything more than 10 plus 10 years commercial experience in X, Y and Z. So what you could do is, if you have over 10 years commercial experience and you're concerned about being discriminated against, just reduce down your CV to those 10 years. You demonstrate the minimum requirement of what the business wants, whilst also not going into too much detail that they can use it against you in a potential discriminating way. What you could also do, if you're not comfortable with full disclosure in that respect, is to put in what your other roles have been, but just don't put your dates in. So put in a brief summary around other roles held, and then just put what those employers are, what the roles were, remove the dates. Your education, remove the dates. Anything that could be used against you to discriminate against age, remove the dates associated to it. But then also connect the dots. Your social media profile, there are some ATS systems out there that will go hunting your social media profile by matching stuff based on your CV, and employers are naturally curious. I've got my 2 o'clock interview coming in. Let's have a quick Google, see what I can find out about them. Oh, there's their LinkedIn. There's all their experience for the last 30 years. Reduce that down. You don't need to disclose that much over LinkedIn. So it makes sense to just echo what you've got on your CV there and reduce the opportunity for an employer to potentially use it against you in the screening process. Now, the caveats with this are you'll probably get more first round interviews requested if you're hitting the right notes on that. But you're not going to change a business's mindset by walking through the door and, in essence, making them feel like they've been tricked, if you like, by the fact that you haven't disclosed all that additional information. You're not legally necessarily required to disclose all that information, because in addition you've got referencing with businesses, and some of the most stringent referencing tends to only go up to 5 years anyway. So if you've disclosed 10, it's not a problem. But when you have got your foot in that door, it's your opportunity to shine. You can challenge their preconceived view about what a Rockstar is. You can show them your experience and value to that business. You can show them the demonstrable change you've managed to drive for the various businesses over your career, and how you've still got plenty to give and so much more value to offer to those businesses because of the wealth of experience you bring with you, and the fact that you are strong and strong-minded. You've been challenged many a time across your career. You can nail all of those competency pieces because you have the experience behind you to draw upon to demonstrate that you can do all these things. Only then, when we have more companies being challenged like that and actually having their minds changed by you, being in front of them, we may likely see a sea change and see these businesses being a little bit more open-minded. So hopefully this is thought-provoking and some help. We can only really change if we do it as a sea change. It's not going to happen with just me talking to a wall. So if you like what I've had to say here, give it a try. Reduce down your CV if you happen to have one that's longer or covers more years. Pretty sure you're going to see a stronger callback on things and get more results. Yeah, this has been helpful. Give us a quick like. Share it to friends and the like. See if we can't still start building something from this. Thanks very much.